A new dawn has arrived.
Apparently. This week, another new mod for the FM24 Match Engine was posted on Reddit. FM Tweak. There are apparently 4 separate mod files that all have a slightly different effect on the FM24 experience. And in today's video, I'm going to try them all out and rate them out of 10. Simple. Okay, so this is FM Tweak, the latest modded Match Engine files post to be posted to Reddit. It was posted a few days ago now by Head Championship over on the FM Reddit, and it introduces us to 4 separate modded Match Engine files that you can go and download for free to change the experience of FM24 for you. Today, I'm going to download all 4 of them and give them a rating out of 10 based on my experience and how likely I'd be to go and use these in my game to maybe change and tweak, as it's called, my experience of FM24. Now, those 4 modded Match Engine files are the following. They have got FM Tweak. It's their original, it's their main Match Engine mod. And it says it's designed to elevate your experience by refining the Match Engine for greater realism, balance, and tactical depth. Now, I'm imagining this to be quite subtle, tiny little changes to improve things. And then as we go through these 4 different Match Engine mods, they become slightly more extreme. The second one is called FM Tweak Lower Leagues, or FM Tweak Lockdown. And it's designed for those who love the raw, gritty and hard-fought battles of lower league football, and it slows the game down, making every match a real test of resilience, defensive organisation and sheer determination like the lower leagues. There's then the FM Tweak Arcade, which becomes even more extreme, where it becomes the opposite almost of the lower leagues one. It becomes faster, more exciting and unpredictable. And it says if realism isn't your top priority and you're looking for high-energy end-to-end matches, this is the mod for you. So less realistic, but maybe more fun. And then finally, and we're going to do this one last in today's video, so make sure you stick around for this, there is the FM Tweak Insanity. That's a lovely through. And then about 20 minutes later, he got himself a second yellow. First of all, for doing this and booting it off of Viper's head. A mod that pushes every parameter to the extreme, creating a FM experience that is completely unhinged. And to be honest, I am here for this. We're going to do that one last, but let's start by getting these downloaded and getting them put into our game. Now, just as an aside, I've just gone to the FM Tweak website. They actually offer this as an option for downloading this. It makes it all really easy to manage. And I know that some of you will look at downloading mods and things like this and think, I don't know what to do, so I'm probably going to swerve that and not do that. Let me just show you their Match Engine Manager here, which I'm actually really impressed with because it makes it really easy to download everything and then switch between them, and also means that you don't feel like you're going to lose your original Match Engine and you're not going to break your game completely if you don't want to stick with using this. And that is, I understand, probably going to be a concern for some of you. Their Match Engine Manager allows you to download all of the files. I've downloaded those 4 different Match Engine files, look, as you can see. I've also backed up my original FM Match Engine, and I can now switch seamlessly between them using this manager piece of software that they've provided. I'm going to first load up the just original FM Tweak Match Engine. You do that by swapping Match Engine there. Now, if I open the game up, that engine will actually be loaded in straight away. I think we should go and get ourselves into a game and see what it's like before rating it out of 10 and then getting onto the other Match Engines as well. Oh, really quickly, by the way, I know that you want to see these Match Engines in action. I get it. Can I just say, first of all, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be really helpful if you did so. We are on our way. We're on the hunt for 100k and we're way past 90,000 subscribers now. So it's an exciting time. Please do subscribe and help if you fancy watching videos here on this channel and you appreciate what I'm doing. Love you guys. Let's get into these Match Engine mods. Okay, so let's head into a match. I've loaded up the game. I am in my stream save now. So we are playing Salzburg away from home with the FM Tweak Match Engine loaded in. Now, as we get into this game here, I'm going to make sure that we are nice. Let's slow down the speed a little bit and give us extended highlights so we can see plenty of this match here. I'm going to read to you what the engine is supposed to do in the words of FM Tweak, this project that have created all of these mods. They say the FM Tweak Match Engine mod is designed to elevate your Football Manager experience by refining the Match Engine for greater realism, balance and tactical depth. Now, immediately that makes me just think those words are quite fluffy, quite vague, probably going to be quite difficult to quantify. I imagine this is going to be a bit like the Match Engine mod that we downloaded a couple of weeks back, where the changes are quite subtle and it's in tiny little differences in the way that the physics work in the game and the way that the players behave that tell you that things are different, but maybe to the untrained eye it would look exactly the same. I'm hoping that as we go through these different Match Engine mods that we're going to get through today, that they're going to become more and more extreme and you'll really be able to notice these things. let's continue as I just watch here. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Maybe you guys could let me know which of these is your favorite. Like, that looks quite like the little volley where he got over the ball. He smashed it against the bar there. I think I'm seeing tiny little changes already. And I did actually play a match of this one before. And there was a few different shot choices that were taken on that definitely look different. So maybe something to look out for in this one. They go on to say, with our custom engine, every match feels more like real football. Strategic, dynamic, and unpredictable. Again, very difficult to quantify that. Maybe it's something that you'd have to play, a few games or maybe a whole season before you'd really see actual differences in this. Maybe, I'm not sure. Just watching this attack develop here to see if we spot anything that is a bit of a clue that things have actually been tweaked. As Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes all the way back. Ruben Loftus-Tweak, I've called him there. That is weird little words that seep into your mind there. He went all the way back to the keeper, didn't he? I'm not seeing much, to be honest, in differences here so far. They go on to say, whether you're a tactical mastermind or a casual player, this mod will transform the way you experience Football Manager as the ball gets blasted over the board there. I'm not sure that this is transforming anything. Now, maybe you're watching this going, what are you on about, Clayts? This looks completely different. Or you're maybe watching going, this looks completely the same. I just don't think, for me personally, I'm seeing transformation at the moment. I can maybe see tweaks. And that might even be a push at this stage. Viper's in behind here. Let's see how he shoots. That's different, see? I don't think he's choosing to take that volley on the half volley there in the original match engine. That, to me, is a different choice made by tweaks that have been made to this. So that is a change. I think you can notice it even in just the way that he smashed the ball over the bar there. It wasn't effective, but it was fun, wasn't it? And I think it's one of those that if it bounces up to you, it's one of those that you maybe can't resist taking on. Maybe it is more realistic. A lovely little back heel. Ball over the top, overplayed to the far post there. I think maybe I'm seeing it a bit more here. Let me read the rest of the description. It says, more realistic matches. We've adjusted the in-game physics to make player movements, ball dynamics, and match flow feel more natural than ever. I think that's kind of what we maybe saw a little example of just then, I think. It also says, authentic results and stats. Say goodbye to unrealistic scorelines. Now, this does feed into this. It's 0-0 as we approach half-time here. Feels pretty realistic to me. Rooney Bargy, nice bit of defended, blocked shots. I think I'm seeing it. Our tweaks ensure that match statistics and results align much more closely with real life football. Now, I'm just going to check the stats here. We've got 6 shots, 2 on target, 4 shots, none on target for the two teams. So 10 shots in total, just 2 of them on target. That seems quite realistic to me. I think that does line up with what they're saying, actually. Into the second half as we go here, it also says there is tactical diversity. A wider range of tactical approaches are viable, rewarding creativity and adaptability rather than forcing managers into the same overpowered meta Gegen tactics. Now, I will actually, I'd love this to be a thing. This is definitely, again, very difficult to quantify right now whether this is something that is true. Tell you what we can do. We can actually test it because I'm using a very meta OP shape in this 4-2-4. Let's actually create a tactic that is, let's go tiki-taka because I feel like we might be able to see that quite easily in the game. Let's just go with a 4-3-3 because I should be able to have the players to maybe do that. Obviously, I don't particularly mind what the result is in this. Let's take Viper off and let's bring on Due in here. And let's see if we see a little bit more tiki-taka and see if it's effective in the game here. Again, it's going to be difficult to quantify and it will be a subtle change, won't it? But if it is something that this Match Engine mod is able to achieve, that you can go and play counter-attacking and you can go and play with tiki-taka or maybe route one or wing play rather than feeling like you have to go and play gegenpress. That's obviously a good thing, isn't it? So I won't be able to give us a rating based on what I can see in this game necessarily, but if it is true and you use this for a long period of time, that would be great, wouldn't it? Finally, it also says the last point is revitalize midfield play. Central players like attacking midfielders and box-to-box players regain their importance. I'm not sure I've seen loads of that as we go 1-0 up here. It looked like he might be offside, but I think the flag's going to stay down here. We're going to get our first goal after 51 minutes, I think. It has been disallowed. I didn't see the linesman put his flag up. Maybe they've changed that in there. Usually you can tell if it's going to be given as offside. I think he keeps the flag down here. He did look offside and he was offside just. Anyway, that might be an aside. That might just be a bit of a coincidence there. I'm not sure. I think, though, overall, I want to move on to the next match engine because I think it's going to become a little bit more extreme. And this one It seems subtle, but I feel like I have seen little bits and pieces in here to say that this might be useful and enjoyable for some of you to use. I think if this was the case, I think I'd probably just go back to the original Match Engine personally. But I don't think this is a bad change. And some of those things that I mentioned, like the tactical differences, maybe you'd have to play it for a more prolonged amount of time to be able to see if it was actually a thing. See that lovely deflected shot there? Look, that does look different. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I think it's a nice little tweak. I'm not sure it's a big enough change to really get really excited about. So 6 out of 10. It's a solid start. I'm hoping that the next ones we're going to go and test now are going to be really fun. So let's jump into our second one, which is the FM Tweak Lower Leagues modded match engine. Let's go and find out what it's like. Come on. Okay, here we go then with the second of our match engine mods today, the FM Tweak Lockdown, or also known as the FM Tweak Lower Leagues mod. Now the features of this second mod is that it is supposedly one that will reward those who value structure and clean sheets over spectacle. Match engine features, it says, if you enjoy the art of defending, the grind of narrow victories, and the satisfaction of a well-earned clean sheet, FM Tweak Lockdown is the perfect mod for you. This mod slows the game down, making every match a test of resilience, tactical organisation, sheer determination, rewarding those who value structure over spectacle. Now, I'm watching this engine here. This is in the same speed as the last match engine mod that we did, and already it does feel a bit slower. It feels like I've turned down the speed of the engine. Now, that's a lovely little outside of the foot pass there. Did you see that from Andre in the midfield? This is, I mean, a lovely ball over the top. I have tweaked my tactics here to try and fit this. I've just gone for a control possession tactic rather than the gegenpress OP thing that I was using before. So I don't know, there will obviously be differences because of that, but I think the match engine itself should look different, as that's a lovely little pass and wide from Desiree Doué. Again, I think there will be aspects of this that will be difficult to quantify and maybe notice, but if we read through, we may look for specifics on here. It says, slower, more physical gameplay. Forget silky one-touch football. Here it is all about hard tackles, scrappy duels, and relentless effort. Now, again, we're actually not playing in the lower leagues with it here, are we? So maybe you need to consider that. Maybe that'll be a better place to go and test this. But I wanted to also be able to compare them between the different match engine mods. So I've gone for the exact same game look. This game here, it's the away game at Salzburg, as we saw in the last one. It also says every goal must be earned, making scoring even more rewarding. Now, we've got to the end of the first half there way quicker than we did in the last mod. We've had only 7 shots here, 1 on target. We've actually only had 2 shots at all. And this kind of fits with what they're saying, is that you have to really earn any goal, making scoring even more rewarding. It also says no more flawless tiki-taka or overpowered meta tactics. This mod forces you to grind out results, rewarding smart defensive setups and disciplined play, which is why I went to the control possession. It's not quite your defensive setup. I don't think we've got players that are going to do that necessarily either. So we'll see. Let's see how this second half goes here. I'm not seeing as many changes physics-wise, I don't think. Maybe a few little tweaks with the way that players behave. We saw that outside of the ball, outside of the foot pass earlier on from Andre, didn't we? That seemed a bit different. We're actually not seeing many highlights. It's something in itself. And we are on extended highlights here. So we're getting through this game quite quickly without seeing. Maybe it's just because most of the play is in that midfield rather than actually creating chances. We have a corner here. It's going to be swung in and headed in by Jakob Kivior. Now, the goal coming from a set piece, does that fit with the idea of this here, that you get your set pieces, you make sure you take them, and that's where your goals are going to come from? Potentially. It's a lovely header. He rises high there, Kivior. We're 1-0 down, but that's not the problem here, is it? It also then finally says, many of our testers who enjoy managing in the lower divisions have found this mod particularly immersive, but Lockdown is perfect for any level of football where defense is king. So it should be able to work nicely at this level anyway, up in the Bundesliga here. I think a lot of what they're saying is being reflected in what we're seeing here. I'm not sure it's necessarily the mod for me, personally. I think I see it. There's like there's a real purist's way of playing it. The game here is that any goal is going to feel like a good goal, like that you've earned a goal here. And there has been for a long time people crying out to be able to play defensively solid football and it be viable in the match engine. It hasn't been the case, and it's something we talked about in the previous mod that we looked at. Making other tactics viable is something that people have been crying out for a really long time now, rather than just the OP meta gegenpress type approaches. The 4-2-3-1 Gegen just being the best way home almost every single year in the game is something that people have probably got a little bit sick of, right? So maybe I can see why there's an audience for this. I'm not sure that I'm exactly that, as the missed tackle there from Robert Renan. It feels a bit slow and a little bit too methodical for me. I think that's a nice interception, but he's lost it again. This usually means goal if you have an interception that gets taken off you. And it is a goal here. Deflected, Fabio Silva. I mean, it tells me that a control possession 4-2-3-1 isn't very meta, because we're 3-0 down to Salzburg here. I don't know what learnings we're taking from that, but it's interesting. It's different. This is a game that I think if I went with my usual tactic and picked the team that I'd picked today, I think I'd win this game. It has changed something. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I can see why people would like it. I don't think it's for me. 5 out of 10. Now, though, is when things apparently, or should, get a little bit more weird. We're going to go and look at the arcade mods now. All right, then, time for our third FM Tweak modded match engine file. This one is FM Tweak Arcade. Now, we should be expecting to see here a faster, more exciting and unpredictable Football Manager experience. Now, remember, this is on the same speed as that last match engine mod that we had here. And already, I think I can see it. I mean, it feels a little bit quicker already. They're zipping the ball around a bit more than the methodical lower leagues one that we were looking at just then. We should see, though, a more arcadey experience with more shots, more goals, more end-to-end football. And immediately, 8 minutes in, our first highlight, we've scored a goal. We've actually scored as well. I think that might be the first goal we've actually scored out of any of the mods so far. That might give this one a few extra points in the rating system that I do. It's a ball over the top to Rooney Bargi. He gets the ball in. This feels different, like the little flowing header, the flowing cross, and then the header in from Benjamin Sesko feels nice. Now, let me read to you the way that this mod is explained. It says, if realism isn't your top priority and you're looking for high energy end-to-end matches, this is the mod for you. I think we've already seen a bit of that already. We've had 3 shots in 15 minutes. I think we had about 7 shots in the first half in total in both of the last mods, around that amount anyway. It says you will get faster match flow. The pace of the game is cranked up, making for thrilling, action-packed encounters where anything can happen. We're looking for our second goal here. Rooney Bargi corner. I mean, that was a weird bit of play. It's a header wide from Hato at the end of it. 20 minutes gone. We've had chances, though. So that is a bit different. It's been a bit more action-packed than the lower leagues mod that we looked at last time. We've had now 5 shots in this first half. We're about halfway through that first half too. We're up to 6. So it's definitely more high energy. It also says more entertaining matches. Expect more goals, dramatic comebacks, and unpredictable moments. Let's see if that is the case in this game here. At the moment, I would probably say I can see the difference, but I don't think it's quite cranked up to the degree that I thought it would be. We've not seen, it's not been loads. We've only had 1 goal so far. So we've not seen loads. We've had a shot go wide there. If this was just in the original FM24 Match Engine, I wouldn't be watching this thinking something is different. I don't think. I just don't think we've seen anything like that so far. It also says, while realism takes a back seat, the sheer excitement of watching matches unfold makes up for it. Every game feels unique, with unexpected twists and chaotic energy. Are you seeing chaotic energy in this one? Like, we've had 8 shots in the first half, less than 1 XG from both teams, so maybe those are low quality chances. Are you seeing unexpected twists and chaotic energy so far? I'm not sure I am yet. And I don't want to criticize these things because there are clearly some very, really clever things happening to make these tweaks and to change things. But I just don't think we've seen it yet. We will go all the way, I think, to the end of this match in case we see one of those comebacks or something crazy happen like this. But 47 minutes in, I think we're seeing something quite routine at the moment. I'm not even necessarily, when we're seeing the highlights, remember this is on extended highlights and we've gone through to the 52nd minute here without seeing loads of them, I'd probably say. I don't even think we're seeing loads of different physics in here. I mean, he's just chested that cross down, so that feels a bit different. And he smashed it in. Okay, 2-0, good finish. That did feel and look a little bit different. Physics-wise, just the aesthetic of it generally did feel tweaked. I will say that for that goal. 2-0. Will we see now? I mean, if Salzburg come back and win 3-2 here, that would agree with the way that they've described this mod, wouldn't it? The last one says, extended tactical viability. If you love the tactical side of Football Manager, but prefer a more dynamic arcade-style spectacle. This mod offers a refreshing change from the standard experience. That feels quite fluffy and vague to me. I'm not quite sure what to even make of that necessarily, other than this is really different. We promise. All over the top, Fabio Silva blocked. I think he would have been offside anyway. He was. As we go into the last half an hour of this game, there are differences. Is there enough of a difference for me to feel like we're playing like an arcade version of FM24 here? Just don't really think that there is. We've just got ourselves, it feels like quite a mundane 2-0 win away at Salzburg in the Champions League, actually. I know that we're not seeing a lot of the engine. Do you know what? I'm going to just go for a little bit. Let's go to comprehensive, just so maybe we're missing it in watching extended highlights. But I think most people will play on extended all key highlights. So your experience will be like that one. I actually think most people probably play. Why is the ball bounced so high there? Did you see that? That looks different and weird. The ball dropped down and then bounced up really high. I don't think... I've tried to give you the experience of what you would usually see in your game, and I don't think loads of you are playing lovely outside of the ball, outside of the foot cross there. I don't think loads of you are playing on on comprehensive highlights. Let me know, of course, if you are. Let me know if you play full match. I know some people do, you know, put themselves through that type of. I'm not really sure why. It's okay. We are seeing a bit more of it, I think, by going to comprehensive. I just don't. I was expecting more. I think I was expecting more, and like I said, I'm going to go to the end of this game. I'm going to go back to extended, actually. I think I'm going to go to the end of the game because I do just want to see if anything else does transpire here and give it its full opportunity to show us the arcade style that it supposedly is supposed to be giving us. But I was expecting more of an arcade style, to be completely frank with you. Terriciano on the attack here. Maybe a late comeback here. If Salzburg score a goal, maybe we'll see it. That is a nice... We've carried on past the foul there. Reynildo's in behind. Goes down. We've had tackles flying in everywhere. That's quite fun, isn't it? And not being given us fouls or anything. That felt a bit weird and different. But I think it's going to be quite a routine 2-0 win. That doesn't feel like unexpected twists and a game feeling unique and the chaotic energy that is being advertised to us through this mod. Again, it's one game. That's an offside goal there from Sesko. It's one game. Perhaps if we played more, we'd see this. But I'm giving each of these mod files one game to try and sell themselves to me. I think as we go into the final minute here, I'm going to give this one a 4. That feels really harsh, but I just don't feel like it's... I feel like the original, the FM tweak mod was more of a tweak. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. But let's go to our final mod of today's video, which is the FM Tweak Insanity mod. And surely then we see some significant changes to the engine. Let's go and get it loaded in and get into a game. Okay, so I've managed to get into the game here for this Insanity mod. Now, I am expecting Insanity. The description of this particular mod, let me just, in fact, I need to put, already, that seems quick. I just need to go extended. We need to put the pace so it's the same as the other matches here. I just want to read you this here because I feel like it speaks to me specifically. It says, this match engine pushes every parameter to the extreme, makes it completely unhinged, and it says, think our tweaks are just a placebo? Not me. No, never. Try this mod and see the difference for yourself. From outrageous physics to wild match dynamics, Tweak Sanity is the ultimate stress test for FM Tweak's work. You've been warmed. So here we go. Immediately, this is very quick. I'm not going to lie to you. They are speeding around. They've scored. Oh, they haven't. They've not scored. Okay, I believe it. Just to show you, this is on one above the middle. So we're on the same as last time. It's, what is it? Slightly faster, which is the same as the other test that we did. And we should be seeing... Where's the ball gone? Did the ball just go up into the sky there? All right, I'm loving this. It's completely unhinged so far, and we haven't really seen anything yet. I'm pretty sure the ball just shot up to space there. Where's the ball? Where? Is it just gone to the... There it is. Okay, it just went up to the moon and back. Wow. And now it's zoomed across across there. All right, this one, it's not placebo. You are definitely able to tweak the physics in the match engine. We've had everything's been happening in this corner down here. What? Can we just go back and watch how he's taken this throw again? He has launched it at his feet. Get in. That's a great touch from Martel, actually, in the midfield. We've booted it forward. I'd love to see like a really long range silly. Oh my word. Watch Naipan come here. Watch his run that he makes to close down this ball. This is what you want from your pressing midfielders, right? He's here. The ball goes to the centre-back. Here he comes. Closing it down. Doesn't even get to the ball there. This is, this is insane. I do see what they mean. This is going to get a high rating from me, but only because it's ridiculous and fun rather than it being... I don't think I'd ever use that. Where has the shot just gone? Where does the ball go here from the shot? So Rooney Bargi and whoever the striker is that... it's Viper, I think, in his way. Where does this shot actually go? Right. It goes up there somewhere. I actually want to track this. Let's look at this in slower time. He takes the shot on. The ball goes upwards. I don't even know where the ball is at this stage here. I actually can't find it. It's like one of those competitions where you have to find the ball. But it went zooming off into the crowd, I think. It's a goal kick. We're 7 minutes in, and we've seen a fair few examples of how the game is a little bit weird at this stage, haven't we? Where it says the ultimate stress test for FM Tweak's work, you've been warned. I can see why we've been warned. It's the way that the ball just flies off a boot, or like the players can sprint around is what's so weird, isn't it? We've gone out wide here to Hato. It's a lovely bit of football. Looped up is a cross straight to the keeper's hands. I wonder what a goal kick or like a kick out of the keeper's hands looks like in there. We've still actually not had a goal though. We've had maybe about the same number of shots as well as other games. I love these throw-ins where they launch it at the receiver's feet. I really want to see something crazy happen that ends up in a goal though. Porter, that touch, he took himself backwards there for a second, didn't he? Porter to the byline. This is good football. Just want to see a really cool goal. Loftus Cheek. That's a lovely through. Right, I don't quite know how to break down what's actually happened there. They've scored a goal. He might be offside. I'm just going to do a rewind on this. Just what happened to the net as he smashed this in? Watch this. The net is rippling. It bounces back out and flies off the ball. Flies off for a throw. Well, off the pitch on that side. I think he's offside. I'm glad I waited to be able to see a goal go in. That is outrageous. The referee has disallowed it. Even the ref's arm sort of like contorted behind his back a little bit there. Okay, we don't need to see it again. Is he offside? It's very close, actually. It's a lovely inside run. There's that shot. It's bouncing off the net there. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Tweak Sanity is not about balance. It's about pure chaos. I'm getting vibes of pure chaos so far. But still 0-0. Still 0-0 technically. 25 minutes on the clock. It does make me think, what else might we see? Have we kind of seen... In this first 25 minutes, have we seen the extent of how weird and crazy it can be? Or is there more? What a run this is from Mosquera, the centre-back. Did you see that? Just sprinting away from everyone. Maybe like really high physical players would be really, really good in this engine. That's another thing you'd have to test over a longer amount of time, wouldn't you? Is it the players with the best physicals could really make the most of being able to sprint around at such speeds on the pitch here? Or the fact that everybody can sprint around at such speeds, does that sort of balance things out slightly? I'm not sure. Naipa, oh my word. Did that apparently that hit the side netting. I'd love to know how he's hit the side netting from there, because that's what popped up at the bottom in the commentary. So he takes the shot on. That's in. That's in the net? No? Can I turn the speed down and watch this again? I'd love to see actually where this ball goes in, because I'm pretty sure he's just scored. But it said it's hit the side netting, unless it went wide. He takes the shot on there. That is literally just a goal. Did it cross the line? That's what it says there. Did it cross that? We've not been given a goal. It says into the side netting. Naipan's just scored a legitimate worldie, but he's not going to get it because he did so well until the finish here. The referee's given a goal kick, I think. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing for these mods here? In that, like, we've got goal line technology apparently right now where that ball is clearly behind the goal. What's goal line technology checking here? I don't understand. Okay. All right. It's still 0-0. Lads, keep it simple. Still 0-0. I did say, are we going to see anything more ridiculous? We've just seen a legitimate goal not count because it went too fast. That's a bullet header from Mosquera. Look at the way that the ball travels when this hits his head to fly into the back of the net. Outrageous stuff from Christian Mosquera. Gets in front of his man. Bang. Even in the slowed down replay of it, you see it just flies into the back of the net, doesn't it? Right, we finally broke the deadlock after 5 shots. I'm not quite sure how Sverre Naipan might be feeling right now after his goal clearly went in. But as we approach half-time, I do feel like we've seen enough examples of how this is, yeah, a little bit weird. The players zooming around, the ball flying off people's heads. He's done it again. Christian Mosquera's done it again with another bullet header. It's given new meaning to the phrase bullet header as well, isn't it? Absolutely rifles in off his head. Let's see the replay. The slowed down replay here. Bang. Oh, it like bounces up and out as well. I love the way the ball bounces out of the net again. Very cool. Right. I tell you what, though, I actually don't think we even need to go and watch the rest of this second half. I've got a full flavour of what this match engine might offer to us. Will I ever use this in an actual... when I'm actually playing the game on my own, playing through my actual saves? Probably not. That probably should take away points. But is it ridiculous? Is it chaos? Is it everything that it says so on the tin? Yeah. I don't know what my ratings really mean, but I'm going to give this one 10 out of 10 because chaos equals 10 in my book. I would never use it though. Let me know what you think of these different mods in the comments down below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been a weird and strange one. The other ones, I did have a little bit of a feeling that they might have been a bit of placebo, but perhaps I was wrong because they clearly are able to make tweaks to this match engine. This is sort of the proof of that, isn't it? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you next time. Bye-bye. All right, sorry. I know I've just finished the video, but I have to come back because I've just carried on playing the rest of this match, and this has just happened. So the keeper, Hermansson, for Salzburg, got himself a yellow card, first of all, for handling the ball outside of his area. Got himself a yellow, and then about 20 minutes later, he got himself a second yellow. First of all, for doing this and booting it off of Viper's head, catching the ball again, and then proceeding to go and do this. He picks up the ball, keeps it inside of his box, runs out of his area, gets a second yellow, and gets sent off. I felt like I had to come back because I said that maybe we've seen everything that can go weird and wrong in here. I think I may have been wrong because that's literally just happened then. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I had to come back to show you.